Alright, this is Algebra 2, Chapter 3.1, Solving Quadratic Equations. Let's get started. Alright, so for number 18, in order to take the square root on both sides to solve the equation, we need to isolate the square of x plus 2. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and add 5 on both sides. This is going to give you 2 times square of x plus 2 equals to 13. And the next thing I want to do is go ahead and divide it by 2 on both sides. So now the square of x plus 2 is now isolated, which equals to 6.5. So I'm going to take the square roots on both sides. So for this one, I want you guys to use a calculator. This is going to give you x plus 2 equals to positive negative square root of 6.5, and that's going to equal to 2.55. So I'm going to write it in two different equations. X plus 2 equals to positive 2.55, or x plus 2 is going to equal to negative 2.55. So x equals to, subtract 2 on both sides, 0.55, or subtract 2 on both sides, x equals to negative 4.55. And those are our answers. So for number 20, let's go ahead and arrange the equation. So subtract 1/5 x squared on both sides. So this is going to give you 2 equals to 2 over 5 x squared. And now let's go ahead and isolate this x squared by multiplying 5 halves. So x squared is going to equal to 5. So which means that if you square root both sides, x is going to equal to positive negative square root of 5. And that's your answer. Alright, so for number 30, we're going to have to solve by factoring. So let's go ahead and add 30 on both sides. So I get x squared minus 11x plus 30 equals to 0. So let's go ahead and factor it. Set this up. So you got x and x over here. And you want to analyze what gives you. So one of them is going to be minus 6, another one is going to be minus 5. So which means that each binomial equals to 0. So x minus 6 equals to 0. That means x is going to equal to 6. X minus 5 equals to 0. That means x is going to equal to 5. So those are your answers. Okay, so I'm going to add y on both sides. And I'm going to subtract y squared on both sides. And I'm going to subtract 28 on both sides. So this is going to give me 0 equals to y squared plus 3y minus 28. So let's go ahead and factor it. So you got 0 equals to, set this up. So y here and y here. And then you're going to have plus 7 and minus 4. So y is going to equal to negative 7, or y is going to equal to positive 4. Those are your answers. So for number 50, in order to find the zeros of the function, you want to set the g of x equals to 0. So 0 equals to x squared minus 11x. Let's go ahead and factor that. So 0 equals to, factor out the x. So x times x minus 11. So which means that x is equal to 0, x minus 11 also equals to 0. So x equals to 0, this is already known, but x minus 11 equals to 0, that makes x equals to positive 11. So these are your solutions. For number 52, set the f of x equals to 0, and then equal to 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So let's go ahead and factor that. So it's going to be 2x and 2x minus 3 and minus 3. So basically they're duplicated if you set both of them equal to 0. So we can just do it once. So 2x minus 3 equals to 0. Add 3 on both sides. That means 2x equals to 3. And x equals to, divided by 2, 3/2. That's your only answer. All right, that's it for this lesson. Take care.